This is my answer to Chuck Schumer. You know what? It's just like anything that's done. Here comes some Democratic leader, Nancy Pelosi, like when they shoved the Affordable Care Act down our throat, that has collapsed now like everyone said it would. Nancy Pelosi's best line ever. And it just shows how dumb as a rock she really is. Okay? When you get up in front of the House and say, well, you guys got to just pass the bill before you can read it and find out all the goodies. Well, yeah, we found out all the goodies. We found out you were paying a royalty to Obama for every time it was called his name. Then you had billions going out everywhere. Okay? So, this is my answer to Chuck Schumer. You know what? There are a few programs that are bankrupting our country. Okay? If you think I'm a racist or whatever, you can call me whatever the hell you want. But when one of you that calls me a racist can tell me that they taught in one of the worst cities in America for 4 years in high school. I taught high school to a 725 students, all African American, in a charter school with one resource officer. And for the first 2 months, I was just the old fat white cracker that's teaching math. But after a couple months, we started to see eye to eye on a lot of things. I grew up in HUD housing. I had 2 brothers that have done hard time. I showed them, what's the difference between me and you? I grew up in the same area. I did the same. I had to live with a mother that's never had worked before, and she's trying to take care of 4 boys and her mom. We had 6 people living in a 1,200 square foot, 3-bedroom, 1-bath house. 4 boys and my mom and my grandma. So if you think that's a big enough house for 6 people, well, that's fine. Okay? So once we started to talk, I said, what's the difference between us besides the pigment in our skin? Because I come from Northern Europe, my ancestors do, and your ancestors come from Africa. So what? Okay, hey, so what? So what? We got a different color. I don't give 2 shits that my skin color is different. Okay? And then I said, you look at the middle of my blackboard. I showed you all the pictures of me growing up in federal housing. Well, look at the middle of the blackboard, my chalkboard, or my corkboard. And I had my BS in economics, my BS in chemical engineering, my 3 minors in accounting and statistics and business. And I said, nobody gave me these. I had to earn these. I had to work my ass off to get them. But now I have the tickets to board the train to a different world. And if you want to become the same way, you got to work hard too to get your education and go on if you want to go to college. But if you don't, I've suggested this way before. All these other people are suggesting it now. In East St. Louis, exactly, I would have some of the best GED courses taught by some of the best people. But the problem with getting the best people is mine. The reason I went over there was a 90-minute round trip for me. And the reason I went there is God has blessed me so many times in my life. And you know what? If you don't believe in God, I don't care. I'm just talking about myself. Okay? Myself, I've gotten tons of blessings. And I thought I needed to give some back. You know, I've survived 2 strokes, 3 heart attacks, and a chemical lung poisoning. My kids have had to see their dad almost die 6 times. So, when I talk to you guys about healthcare, all this stuff, you know, with all those things I have, plus I have, it's called Viking's disease in both hands. My knee is completely history, and now degenerative bone disease has really taken hold of it. My shoulders, I can't lift my arms above my shoulders. And my foot is fractured in 5 places. I'm a diabetic, so it'll never heal. There's nothing I can do about it. So, with all those things, I was 52, and I had had a 3rd massive heart attack. And in my state of Missouri, 77% of anyone that applies for Social Security disability, and this is after I had worked for 40 years, so don't tell me that I didn't earn it. That's the crap that everybody says, okay? But you know what? It took me 2 years and an attorney that took 40% of what I got to get onto Social Security disability. My God! 2 years I couldn't make any income. How do you think my family survived? I'm trying to tell you, my wife of 36 years works 3 jobs. So, for you Democrats that always, if it's your bill or if it's your things that you're going to rip us off with, okay? Because everything that we've found out about everything that's been passed is money's going everywhere. Okay? We know Obama funded terrorists. Okay, we know it. We've seen the money trail. He tried to send the Palestinians $250 million his last day in office. So get it. And you GOP members in the Senate, don't kid yourself. I look at every damn name that didn't vote for something to get something passed. Instead of the Democrats finding 3 of you that they can compromise, or Obama compromised you when he taped all your phone calls and everybody that you know. So, if the GOP is in that kind of trouble, then you better go talk to your president and tell him what the hell happened, and maybe he'll go easy on you. I don't know. But I sure as hell know that if he finds out himself, there will be no easy. Okay? You go to jail. And Rand Paul, I'm so tired of hearing you. God, I want to go to your district and just get you voted out of office. I want to vote all of you assholes that won't pass anything out of office. Why? Why should you be in Congress? It's like Paul Ryan, 8 years. What did he do? He sat on his ass with his thumb up his rear. He said he had a great health care bill. He didn't have dog crap. Okay? So us as Americans, and I know there are millions of Americans out there that still believe in President Trump, but we sure as hell don't believe in Congress anymore. And what don't you get about being functional? The Democrats, they've already written their future. Their party's going to crumble like dust. And anybody that has a chance of losing will lose. Okay? And if we got to send out a petition, get 5-6 million signatures to just, you know what? It's like Chuck Schumer crying the last. You know what? Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security disability, all these things have been screwed by all the fraud that's in there. Now, if you don't think that's the truth, then you ought to look into it just a tad bit more. And now, as I've done some research, I truly believe that John McCain, Songbird Johnny, okay, that he's compromised. He definitely has Alzheimer's, because I saw him in that Senate hearing, he couldn't even make a damn sentence. Okay? So, I know by you moving to the other side already, and Mitt Romney moving into the Democratic side, you guys both threw your elections for Barack Obama. John McCain, you threw Sarah Palin's entire family under the bus and blamed her, and she got just crushed by Saturday Night Live, the media, everything, and you didn't care. That's the whole point. You didn't give two shits because you wanted to throw the election. Mitt Romney, what happened to you the last month of your election? You just disappeared. So if America can't start figuring that out, that those two guys are definite rhinos, you know it, I know it, everybody knows it. Along with Lindsey Graham, he hasn't seen a camera he doesn't love. And Rand Paul, he wants to bring all the troops home from everywhere in the world and just let the world fend for itself. Well, what do you think's going to happen? China or Russia, people are going to just start annexing countries. If you think that's okay, Rand, why don't I send you over there when that happens? Damn you guys that don't get something done in this Congress, I'll vote for anybody over you. And I'll try to get everybody to do the exact same thing. Okay? You guys best get it. You will not be reelected if you're one of those 6 people they showed on the screen. They said, we don't really like. Well, if you don't really like it, why don't you come up with one yourself? Instead of just bitching about it. I'm so tired of the Democrats just, oh my God, you're going to kill so many people. You're going to do this. You're going to do this. My God. Look at the cities you've created. You've created all the poverty and all the crap that are in these cities. I worked there for 4 years. I got it. Every dime, every federal money that comes into any of those cities. You don't think the Rahm Emanuel, just like people in East St. Louis, they don't take a cut before it goes to anybody else? If you don't, something's wrong with you. So, you know what? I'm tired of Congress. I really am. I'm just so tired of these people that are dictating my life to me. And they're nobodies. They're a senator. What the hell does that mean? You're nothing. Okay? To me, you're nothing because you won't help your party. And you won't support your president. I never see Paul Ryan out there supporting his president other than one day. So sooner or later, you guys, we got to take care of these people. We got to get rid of them. And we got to get rid of every Democrat we can too. Because I'm so tired of Congress not doing a damn thing. You know, you Republicans complain that you didn't have the numbers in the houses. Well, now you do, and you still. That's because most of you have accepted money from places that you don't want known. And you don't want anybody to hear the tapes that Obama has on you from spying through the NSA. And I get it. I realize it. The night of the election, he figured out how many rhinos he needed, and he got them.